This damn episode was a freaking circus. Okay. I have never in my life, okay, as for as long as I've been into this, Real Housewives franchise, these group of girls, this is so high. It's just, I have so much thoughts that like, cause I just got done watching it. So this is like my first reaction to episode 9, Ambush in Paradise. Like, I have a lot to get into. I have everything I'm going to timeline everything, of course, but my thoughts on this episode was very flustered. As of 1 minute we fighting, 1 minute we partying, next minute we fighting again. Then like, I don't get the dynamics here. The dynamics is very different. Okay, I'm used to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, okay, everybody in their cohorts, okay, and when everybody come together, that's when some stuff goes down. But we stay within our groups. You get what I'm saying? This, everybody is for themselves, and people be lying. This is a lot. But I'm entertained. I'm definitely entertained. So let's get into it. Before we get into it, please be sure to hit that like button, of course, and leave a comment because I know y'all will after this one, child. So basically, it picks off from the last episode. Okay, so we're after Karen and Mia got into that pointless ass argument. Yeah, I don't really care about Mia at this point. Mia can literally, leave. Like, she could leave her own trip. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of Mia. Okay. So we don't see nothing of her. I mean, she's like locked up in her room, child. I guess she's, after this little argument thing that she had with Karen. So they all get ready for this all white dinner party or whatever that's going on. Jacqueline is the host until, Mia decides to show her face. Yeah, not much to say about that part. Like I said, this is going to be like a quick little reaction. So it's not going to be like, I'm going to give you the full shebang when we get on with El Teddy. And I got a guest coming on too. Yeah, it's just, they get to the table, Mia's still not there. They start to talking. There was some kind of fire show. And the ladies also, they discussed Karen's most funniest moments that they had with her. Wendy was brought up a couple of times. Ashley said that she called her, and everybody else was just like, whatever. Like, they not really feeling Wendy right now, which I think I'll get into later. Robert and Giselle. I gotta find a nickname for Giselle, child. Somebody tell me in the comments. But my nickname for Robin will always be Robert, because she gets on my ever living nerves. Okay, so after they brought up Wendy. Now, see, Candace and Ashley done got into it because Karen brought up the fact that, it seems like, Candace and Ashley, you guys are, mending the bond, or y'all guys are getting along or whatever, this, that, and the third. And they're like, yeah. Ashley's like, yeah, but, yeah, your husband with his tweets, like, we need to talk about that. Like, we went right into it, but look. At the end of the day, that's somebody's husband is talking about me, and she said that he sounds threatening, which, okay, I guess the part where he was like, oh, you're warned, or he said something, Chris be on it, okay, on Twitter. Let me tell you something, that man, he be tweeting up a storm, and I'd be like, look, calm down, because I remember him last year, I'm a little Barb, he was saying some stuff about Nikki. I'm like, all right, calm down. Would you? This ain't the beef you want, honey. It's okay. Them barbs is coming for you, child. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, she brings up the tweets, then Giselle brings herself into it. It's like, oh, I thought he was talking about me. Like, I'm like, girl, no one's talking about you. Nobody's talking about you. Nobody's thinking about you with them lassos around your neck, like Candace said, child. Anyway, so they get into it. Candace basically, she supports, Chris's tweets. Like, at the end of the day, you guys are accusing him of something he did not do. And, he's voicing his opinion, and I'm wholeheartedly for it. Like, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, she's with the shits, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're not going to sit there and make lies about me. And I love what Candace said, your ugly ass friend. Well, no, that's when she said it with Sharice. But, like, your friend can't sit with my husband, okay? At the end of the day, like, your friend is not that girl for him to even be doing that to you, of all people. Like, I was just like, child. But you know what somebody said on Twitter, and I was like, it does sound a lot like it. They said it seemed like Ashley got a crush on Chris, child, because that's the only person she be thinking about every time. Like, oh no, he did this or he said this. Like, girl, it was not even. I felt like it wasn't even needed. Y'all was at a point where y'all at a cordial space. Y'all came together in support of Wendy. For you to bring up the tweets, it's just not right for the time. I would have definitely talked about it after. Well, ain't like you gonna see this girl at the grocery store because y'all really not friends. But I mean, I guess it was the right time to talk about it. But still, Ashley always wants to. She wants to pick sides. Like she'll hop on the bandwagon of somebody or with people, but then be turning on them. And I don't get. I don't get the flip flopping. Like I understand. Like Real Housewives of Atlanta had a lot of flip floppers. Okay, Cynthia. Okay, a lot of other these. But like the way Ashley flip flopped this entire episode, I'm just like, okay, I don't know if I'm coming or going. Jacqueline chimes in. And that's when you see that's when you see Candace clap back, like, girl, what you talk about? This has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with you. She called Jacqueline Mia's representative, and which exactly, I'm glad somebody said it because it was given very much like that is your like that's your D girl, like that's your damn publicist or a receptionist or whatever the hell. Like, yes, it's very much the same. But then she and I guess in the confessional she's talking about, well, you need somebody to represent you. Like, girl, who? I represent myself. I don't need none of these hoes to represent a fuck thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and after this, it's kind of made everything so draining. Like, I felt like, yes, they're doing all these nice things. They're on vacation. They're in Miami, but it's just like the energy kind of just went down. Like, it's just like everybody's so negative. And then Robin was saying her stuff. I don't really want to get into that until it's time to get into that. But everybody goes into their own little separate cohorts. We see poor Wendy Child in the damn hotel room talking to her man and stuff. And I just think that it's so foul. And like I said, I we'll get into it when we get into it. But like how I don't know. I think everything's planned with this group. Everything is planned. Everything was set in stone for people to give a reason not to mess with Wendy and to ostracize her out of the group, which I think is so late and tired. And these girls need to go ahead with their lives, child. But anyway, in the midst of that, Mia questions why Candace is even here because, oh, if I seen my friend leave, I'm going with her too. Like, she should have went to the hotel too. It's like, okay, so you didn't want them there. You didn't want Candace and you didn't want Wendy there. You wanted to have this trip, but not have them involved, which I think is so shady and tired. And at the end of the day, like, if they weren't there, you wouldn't have an interesting storyline, Mia. You're not that girl. You can't. You're not that girl. You are very reactive. You need other people so you can shit on, so you can have a little moment or whatever. So anyway, child. That happened. That was said. Sharice talks to Candace, and Sharice, I don't know what's going on with Sharice, child. Like, she is really. Somebody was talking about her in the video. Like, they was like, she sounds so drunk. She got that voice like, hi, how are you? I'm just like, girl, what? Speak clearly, speak up. It's like Sharice talks to Candace to get Candace side of the story, and that's when we get the comment where she talks about Ashley's ugly friend, and essentially Ashley's just projecting her woes in her marriage, and she's projecting that on Candace. And I think that that's so true. I think her and Robin do that. Her, Robin, and Giselle, the three of them collectively, because they don't have nothing going on with their love life. They want to shit on everybody else's. They want to sit there and make up all these rumors. I don't believe them. I don't believe us. I don't believe a single thing none of them are saying. So I definitely feel like Ashley's definitely projecting, because she's just, and that's the thing. Like, Ashley don't even, I don't even, I just feel like she just be going along with Giselle and Robin. Like, they be in her ear, because I feel like she really don't want to be like this. I really, and this is not me trying to stick up for her or anything like that, but like, because she's compliant. But like, I really feel like she's being controlled by Giselle and Robert, like, for real. Like, something about their relationship. I don't know. But anyway, Candace also talks about Ashley's divorce, child, saying that, hey, it don't make no sense how y'all getting a divorce and y'all going into y'all buying a house together, child. That don't make no sense. She thinks that this divorce is a fake. Well, I think he wants to leave her. I definitely think he wants to leave Ashley's ass, child. I definitely feel like that. There's not, look, maybe she thinks that it's not. I don't know. Maybe she's like, teeter totting around it, but like, no, he wants a man. Oop, let me stop. But anyway, Mia tells the group about the events that they're going to be doing. So like Karen, Jacqueline, Mia, and Giselle, they're going to be driving with the Lambos, and the rest will be going on a boat. Okay, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Like I said, I'm used to Real Housewives of Atlanta. We going on a yacht. We living it up. You know, it's a paddle boat. It was a paddle boat. I'm like, yeah. And when I tell y'all, when they showed up at that damn shit, I was literally dying. I'm like, you got the paddling like the goddamn Flintstones. I'm like, you couldn't get them a cute look. Now let me tell you something. I knew some people back when we was in college. Okay, I knew people when we were in college. Now you the brokest when you in college. Let's be very clear. They was able to get like a cute little boat to swim around in Miami. Let's be very clear. Okay, it's definitely some boats. If you couldn't afford no yacht, like damn, shit. You had them on them damn paddle boats. I'm like, nah, because at first I'm like, oh, now she trying to call y'all fat, child. Definitely talking about child, let me stop. But yeah, that happened. Candace ended up inviting Wendy to the little boat excursion thing. And Robert was just so negative. Like, oh girl, I don't care. She don't care, but she was saying all the stuff in the confession was like, oh my God, like why would she invite her, and just like annoyed and just acting hella standoffish. I felt like Robin should have been with the damn girls with the Lambos, because she wasn't passing the vibe check. She's making everybody uncomfortable, like literally. It was just painful to watch. We see Wendy try to be, interactive with the girls. They get into it. They start talking, seemingly. Okay. So they get to Robin, and she was talking about her wedding that's supposed to be happening. And she alluded to them eloping. But she didn't want to get too much into the details because well, I don't want to talk about this subject because there's people that's around that don't like me and this and that. I'm just like, girl, don't nobody give a goddamn about your fake ass wedding that's not gonna happen, that you gonna sit there and pretend like it's Robert is late and tired, and I'm sick of seeing her. I'm sick of seeing her confessionals. I'm sick of seeing her late ass outfits and hair, and hair and makeup is just not here. I am sick of Robert. Okay. Now El Teddy got his trip with Karen. Mine is with Robert. I feel like I never liked her because she always just gave like Karen vibes. She gave, I'm better than you, but just it gives time. I digress, child. Anyway, so we get to the whole Lambo racing thing, right? Not much to talk about here. Didn't really care much for it. One thing that I will say before they got to that little event, Karen, why would you apologize? And what were you apologizing for exactly? Somebody tell me in the comments what she was apologizing for, because this didn't make any sense. Because at the end of the day, you stand 10 toes down to what you said. I'm not picking sides. Y'all both was wrong in the situation. You apologizing for what? Because I my selfishness and I didn't see your. I'm like, what? What is this? This seems so out of character for Karen to do, because Karen just seemed like the girl, look, this is how it's gonna go. This is what I said. I said what I said, and I'm not changing it. This is, you either gonna budge with it. I don't know why these girls are so hell bent on Mia's needs. Like, she's a new girl. Like, she's not, she doesn't have priority in this group. Like, I just don't get it. Like, it definitely can't be because of status. Because compared to these girls, who the fuck is Mia? She's just the girl that was picked up by the damn ship. Anyway, another part that got me, I was like, oh, child, Karen need to stop. When she was driving the Lambo and she said she was getting moist, I was like, golly, child, I did not need to know that. Honey, I don't want to think about that, Miss Karen. So about this little Last Supper situation, because this is the last dinner, not the Last Supper, but the last dinner that they had before the trip ended. It was a shit show. Okay, so we see like a scene where Ashley asked Mia for Wendy to tag along, and Mia was like, no. Well, Ashley invited her anyway. She invited her anyway, and Mia essentially snapped. Okay, she literally snapped. Okay, she was like, that's strike one, and you're such a little brat, this, that, and the third. They was getting into it, and I love what Ashley, even though I'm kind of like a little feeling the way about Ashley, I love her response to me. It's like, no, girl, bitch, you're a bully. You are a bully. Okay, and you ain't finna bully me. You ain't better than nobody else in this group. If I want to sit there and invite Wendy, I'm gonna invite Wendy, and I don't understand why it's such an issue. I mean, I get it. You had your. I mean, but it's one thing if it was the other way around. Like if this is Wendy's event and you threw a drink at me and this that, and so you trying to fight me, yeah, I'd be dogged if you be coming in my events. But like you were the aggressor, and you are just essentially mad because Wendy was talking about your husband or for whatever Wendy said was not that deep. Let's be clear. We see these girls rip each other apart and they still get invited to things. Why, when it's Wendy, it's an issue? Y'all not seeing the hypocrisy? Cause I damn near see it. Now Sharice pops out of nowhere and was started questioning Ashley like, oh well actually if they're beefing, why would you invite her? Because she's a freaking cast member. First of all, nobody should be dictating who gets on screen or not. Okay, production is like, look, Wendy got to be here because Wendy's a cast member. Okay, this is like literally taking. Look, she gonna have to get her screen time too. She got to get paid for the episode. If I'm a full-time housewife, you best to believe I'm in that shit. Y'all see, and that's the thing too. I feel like they're all trying to do this so production can be like, oh well, they don't really want to record with Wendy, or they don't want to tape with Wendy, so Wendy just shouldn't be here no more. Like they're trying to get her kicked off the show that way. I'm telling you, that's what they're trying to do. And we all know that these housewives, they get paid per episode. Like they get paid when they're on the episode. So if Wendy's not on it, like literally what she had like a little itty bitty clips like here and there, but she needs a little bit more screen time. Like they trying to stop her bag. They trying to stop her bag. I like how Candace also brought up the fact that like Ashley and herself will get into it, but they both will invite them to situations where it has to deal with the group. If you're doing your own little separate thing with your own little set of cohort people that you mess with, that's fine. Your little events at home. But when we had a trip and we were sent to that, and that's another thing I said. I think the next time, I think Mia should never host another trip. One, and I think that these girls should split the damn pay when it comes to these damn trips, because nobody can get kicked out, and we won't get shitty ass events and house and living styles, because it don't make any sense how they had y'all on the damn paddle boat. This girl had y'all on a paddle fucking boat while they was driving Lambos. That's I'm just like, I'm still not over that. I literally, when I seen that shit, I laughed. I'm not gonna hold you. Anyway, Candace made that response, and she said, that was a good comparison. Then here go Robin, child. Here go Robin, because she had this little clip. She had this clip of Alive, which was out of context of Candace saying that all these girls are fake and they're only here to panhandle their businesses or something like that. And she it. Let me tell you something. Robert ain't shit. Okay, I don't like Robert, but Robert be bringing it. Like that girl brought a speaker and played a part of this girl's life. I was like, oh, child. Here we go. Now Candace initially acted like she didn't care, but she definitely cared about that shit. She was sick as hell. You could see it in her face, child. As she started crying, she was talking about it like they was going back and forth. My thing is this though, Candace, and this is where it gets a little wonky because I'm like, okay, I'm on Candace and Wendy's side on things, but like Candace, you kind of did say that, and you said all these girls, like you said all, like she had to clarify. Oh, I'm Karen. I'm not talking about you and Wendy, whatever. But she really got into it with what's her name, Robin, because she was like, but I looked at you as a real friend, and da, 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 da. I was like, oh Lord, child. Now somewhere down the line, Candace and Ashley got into it. I think because she was like, because at one point, and this is what I would have said, child, not on the live, but like after I got exposed for the live, I'd have been like, look, my beef is not with Karen, Wendy. Um, yeah, that's about it. I got beef with the bitches over here. Okay, I don't fuck with them. I don't fuck with Giselle. I don't fuck with Robin. I damn sure don't really fuck with Mia that much. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's that's what I meant. I didn't mean them. But see, what happened was, child, Ashley done got into it because she brought up the fact that Candace did say that Karen was around, was out somewhere with somebody that wasn't her husband. Now, here's the thing: she didn't say that she was cheating, but like the implications, the intention, in her saying that was that Karen was cheating. So, and you know, Bravo gonna have the receipts on your ass, and that's exactly what they showed. That clip, as she proceeds to say that it was not true. And I'm like, Candace, you know you was wrong on that. You know you said that. Like, I need you to remember, because they're gonna play it back in the reunion. They're gonna play it back in the reunion. You're gonna look dumb as hell. I was just like, oh my God, child. Anyway, that happened. Karen is livid. You can tell that Karen actually was hurt by this. She walks out. She was done. She said, I'm not dealing with this. I was like, oh, sure. Walked to the bathroom. And then Candace and Ashley went back into it or whatever. But like, I was just like, come on now. They was going back and forth, child. Karen came back. It started raining. Okay, it started raining. They ended up leaving. And this is where things get a little weird because I think Giselle wanted to go home or whatever, you know, because she a little, whatever, killjoy. The other girls went to the club, okay? They went to the club. We seen Robin and Wendy. They was, you know, real mixy with the drinks and stuff like that, drunk as hell. Candace and Mia was getting along. They was taking some shots, and child, everything was all good till they started driving back home, child. They said, I don't know who called Mia, but you could hear Candace cursing out Robin in the background, like, how dare you try to out me like that, and this, that, and the third, and you supposed to be my friend. And child, not the drunk. It always happens when you drinking, you know, and you feeling good or whatever, but then when you start thinking about things and you start vocalizing those things and the energy ain't right, it always turns into a shit show. And then it's like, damn, I'm drunk as hell, and we dealing with this whole situation. I thought the shit was funny as hell. This was a roller coaster. This episode was a circus. Okay, this was a circus. Okay, we seen these girls argue with each other, be cordial, laugh, drink, kiki, argue again, laugh, kiki. Like, this is like, when I say this is the most bipolar circle group I've ever seen on this franchise, on these Housewives franchise. I've never seen something like this before. This is crazy. Okay, but I'm glued. Okay, so. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about this tomorrow live with El Teddy, and I have a guest coming on as well. Her name is Medusa. She'll come on a little bit later, hopefully. But yeah, until next time, I'm your host, Dan Green, and this is the Dan Green Show, signing out.